Prepare to receive your future husband by doing these 5 things. If you're ready to receive real love, the care, commitment, and devotion of a man you really want, a man you're excited about, a man you're interested in, perhaps right now, then you can bring him into your life, you can call him in, you can have an amazing relationship and marriage with him potentially by setting this foundation, getting things set and right within yourself, that you become your most magnetic, most high value, queenly woman you can possibly be to attract him in quickly and be able to keep that loving relationship as well without loneliness, frustration, or rejection. I'm Brody Boyd with Magnetize, your man, and for over 20 years combined with my wife Antia, we've been helping thousands of successful women all over the world to get a loving, long-term, and committed relationship with the man they want. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The 5th thing you need to do is you need to learn masculine and feminine polarity. When you start to understand the differences between masculine energy and feminine energy, you can start to create polarity with someone, with your future husband, with a man that you're interested in. What is polarity? Polarity is the difference of energy. It's the opposite energies attracting. That is the law of polarity. Masculine energy attracts feminine energy and vice versa. When you can start to cultivate feminine energy within yourself, you can attract masculine energy from a man you're interested in, from men around you. They'll start to be drawn to you. They'll start to become a provider, a protector, a hero for you, wanting to make you happy and wanting to cherish and adore you. So by starting to understand and learn more and commit to mastering masculine feminine polarity, you start to understand the dance and learn the dance of relationships. A good analogy for polarity is a tango dance or a salsa dance, or my favorite, a West Coast swing dance, or some of the ballroom dances where you're in a partner dance where the masculine energy is leading, he's guiding, he's taking you on a ride, he's taking you on a journey for your pleasure and for his pleasure, but he's also looking out for you. He's making sure that you're not bumping into everything, that he's not stepping on your toes, that you're enjoying the dance. And then what are you doing in the dance as the feminine? You're following his lead, you're listening, you're receptive, you're showing him through your body language, through your actions, that you are enjoying it or not enjoying it. If he is stepping on your toes, you start to step away from that dance. You have a conversation with him about it. Maybe you don't dance with him again if he's a bad dancer, he's a bad partner, and you are in this receptive dance of energies that becomes fluid, and it becomes beautiful when you can watch that with other people. When you watch any of these dancing shows or watch clips on YouTube of some of these professional ballroom dancers, you see this beautiful harmony that's created where the woman gets to fully express herself, the man gets to lead and show her off and be the structure, the guiding frame for the dance. And it's a beautiful thing to learn and to look at. And so you can use this analogy and bring it into your relationships and start to master these principles through feminine communication and magnetic feminine polarity that will teach you, so that you can start to attract a loving, long-term, committed relationship fast. The 4th thing you need to do to attract your future husband is increase your self-care. Now, this means investing into yourself. You're already doing it here by gaining education, getting coaching, getting training in relationships, in personal development, personal growth, expanding your awareness about psychology, self-improvement, relationships, dating. And this is a way you can show that you value yourself and care for yourself. Because here's the thing, if you want a man to value you and care about you and devote himself to you and prioritize you, you've probably heard this before, and become your husband, commit to you, then you need to first commit to yourself. You need to commit to investing into yourself, valuing yourself, prioritizing yourself, respecting yourself, and wanting to cherish you. Once you can cherish yourself, the outer world will start to see that you value yourself, and their natural response will be to treat you how you treat yourself, to start reciprocating that value, that energetic value that you're giving into yourself. So self-care involves many different things, but investing in yourself through your education is a big one, like I mentioned, but it's also investing into your health, into your nutrition, your sleep, getting plenty of sleep, naps if needed, getting exercise, getting sunlight out in nature, getting healthy supplements, food, organic food, clean water, all those things that go into creating an amazing body, an amazing vibration within yourself and your cells and in your nervous system. And then it also means taking time for those activities that really fill you up, that make you feel great during the activities and also after the activities, such as going to a spa or going on a hike, going out in the water, going out in a sport activity or a hobby that you're involved with, which again could be dancing, it could be an art form of some kind, it could be a craft, it could be a social group, it could be your church, it could be community events. And that leads into also investing into your social life, making sure you're getting yourself around environments that are lifting yourself up, people that are lifting you up, and family and friends that are lifting you up. This will really help you to start feeling full, that your cup becomes full, so that when you're with a man, you're overflowing. You have positive energy, you feel good, and he's going to unconsciously and automatically believe that you're happy because of him, that he's contributing to that, and he's going to feel good about that he's with a happy woman, he's doing a good job. So this is all prepping you so that when a man meets you, when you're interacting with him, he can see that, wow, this is a woman I could see myself building a life with together and being with for a long time because she feels good and I feel good being with her. Now, before we get to our next point, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend taking our free Magnetize Your Man quiz to get a loving, long-term, and committed relationship with a man you want fast by clicking the link in the description or comments below, or going to magnetizeyourman.com, our website, so you can start mastering these principles, master magnetic feminine polarity, magnetic feminine communication on a much deeper level to actually get the results that you crave with your man. The third thing you need to do to prepare to receive your future husband is to start appreciating men. Appreciation is such a deep craving for men in a relationship. The masculine drive is to feel valued, to feel needed, to feel that his life matters, that he is contributing, that somebody in his life values what he has to give, and that he can be a hero for somebody. That's the big reason why so many men will go and enlist into war and die in war. They'll play video games, they'll read epic books or watch movies like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, etc., because they want to feel like a hero. They want to see, they love that fantasy of, I can save the world, I can save the damsel in distress, I can rescue the princess from the castle. Men want to feel like a hero, they want to feel important, and you can start practicing this with men in your life, or men in general, finding the things that you appreciate about them and about masculine energy. What are things that men have done to provide for you? Men in the past, men in the present, men in your life, things that they have given to you, things that they have created that you get to benefit from, that you use, problems that they've solved for you, compliments that they've given to you, ways they've worked to make you happy, to help you feel safe, to help you feel comfortable, favors they've given you, advice they've given you, education they've given you. I would recommend actually making a list, getting out your journal and making a list of some of the men in your life. It could start with a man that you're interested in right now, and you could also expand that to men in your world, such as family, friends, co-workers, and you can expand beyond that if you want to men in general. Things men have invented that benefit you, construction workers that have built buildings that you get to live in, electricians, plumbers, soldiers, the people who work every day to provide for their families to help make your life easier and safer and more enjoyable. And then you can take this to the next level by starting to actually share this appreciation with your man, or with men in your life, or men in general. I'd recommend stretching yourself to try to do 3 male appreciations every day. This could be something as basic as saying, thank you so much for helping me with XYZ the other day, or if a man helps you at the grocery store with finding something or getting something, just say, thank you so much, I appreciate your help. And of course, smiling and letting him feel that with your body as well is a great way to show that gratitude, show that value and admiration and respect to him. That'll make him feel really great, will make men in general around you feel really great, and they'll want to continue to protect and provide and be your hero moving forward. And that leads to the second thing you can do to start to prepare to receive your future husband, is to practice receptivity in general. Now, masculine energy, again, is about giving and providing. Feminine energy is about receiving and enjoying. So when you start to ask men for help in your life, you ask men for advice, you ask men for tips, you ask men for their opinion on things, you ask them for help with different things, they'll start to give to you. They'll start to solve those problems for you. They'll start to want to help the man in your life, or men in general. And when they do give you that help, when they do help provide for you in different ways, that you can practice receiving it. So if a man gives you a compliment, rather than brushing it off, to simply say, thank you, I appreciate that. Or if a man wants to pay for your dinner, or if a man wants to take you out and you're interested in him, or you're open to exploring that, to let him buy that for you, to let him give to you in that way, and then again to share that appreciation afterwards. And that's the receiving and the giving dance of the masculine and the feminine. Just like the tango dance and the West Coast swing dance, it is him giving to you and you receiving, him being able to lead the interaction, him being able to provide. I like the analogy also of sex. It doesn't mean you're having sex with him, but in sex, what's happening? The man is providing, the woman, the feminine, is receiving. He's giving, she's receiving, she's enjoying and having pleasure in healthy consensual sex. That's the dance as well. So we can use these different analogies to help you understand how to receive your husband, how to have him, when he comes into your life, actually allow him in, to trust him, to accept him, and to let him fill you with his gifts, with his provision, with his protection, with him wanting to be your man and wanting to give you all the desires of your heart and make you happy, because that's how he's going to feel happy and valuable as a man when he knows he has that sense of purpose and you value that from him. Now, there is a percentage of men out there that are deeply broken and wounded, about 5 to 15%, and they may not be capable of being able to give care and adoration and devotion to a woman's heart. And it'll become very apparent over time if the man you're dealing with is one of those men. And that's why we recommend using our Magnetic Feminine Polarity 90-day challenge that we teach our clients how to actually use what we're teaching you, the specific steps, the phrases, the feminine communication to use, that over time will draw him to you, make him love, adore, and commit to you. And, or it'll become apparent that you're dealing with a man who's deeply broken, who's not able to show that care for you, either because he's a narcissist, he's a deeply avoidant attachment style, he has other psychological wounds, emotional wounds, and trauma. But most men are capable, once you start using these practices, it's like learning a new language and a new dance, he'll start to shift into his healthy masculine and want to show you that care and devotion. And the number one step to prepare to receive your future husband is to commit to the process and detach from the outcome. Attracting your husband, attracting a long-term loving, committed relationship, it is a process. It's not a destination. And the reason why this is true is because ultimately you can't control a man. You can't control men. In fact, the more you try to control a man, the more you try to change him, the more you try to manage him and be his mommy and get him to do what you want to do and lead him, the more you are in masculine energy, and you're going to push him away, and you're going to actually be less likely to get what you want, much less likely. So you can't control him, you can't control the outcome. So then what can you control? All you can really control at the end of the day is yourself. I know you know the answer. It is you. You can control yourself. And so that is why we want to redirect that energy back to yourself, away from him, and back to the process, using the steps we've already covered here, like learning masculine feminine polarity, and investing in your education, your coaching and training, increasing your self-care, starting to appreciate men, starting to practice receptivity. These are all steps that you can control, that you can manage, you can practice, and you can master these areas and these skills, so that when you put that energy that you might feel that you want to put onto the man, that, oh, I want him in my life, I want him to commit to me, I want him to be obsessed about me. If you could redirect that energy back to yourself, again, with committing to yourself, obsessing over yourself, valuing yourself, and into the process, that's the healthy way to redirect that energy. You're using what we're teaching you, you're going to master it over the next 90 days, and you're going to start to become in a flow state where you're just naturally becoming a high-value feminine woman, a magnetic feminine woman that attracts high-quality men. And then you observe the results. Everything you do, it's like you let the cards fall where they may. You may send a man a message like, can I ask if we can talk on the phone? You have to be detached from the outcome. You don't know if he's going to say yes or no, and that's okay. And that's one thing I recommend to women is anytime you send a text message to a man, you want to get yourself into a state where you're completely okay if he doesn't respond back. That's how you know you're in that healthy feminine state of detachment from the outcome. Because feminine energy is about detachment from the outcome. Masculine energy is about getting outcomes and making things happen and forcing things to happen. So you want to shift into that feminine energy where ultimately you're practicing all the principles, you're using what we're teaching here, and then you detach from whether or not he does anything, whether he takes a step forward, whether he commits, whether he loves you, whether he doesn't love you. It almost doesn't matter, but you can still observe those behaviors, and then over time you can make a decision for yourself that this isn't the right man for me. He's not stepping up. I'm doing everything quote unquote right that I'm supposed to do. I'm in my feminine energy. I'm not disrespectful. I'm not trying to lead him. I'm not trying to manipulate him. I'm not being his mommy. I'm not giving to him. And if he's still not stepping up over time, over the next 90 days, and he's not shifting his energy, and he's not committing to you, and he's not wanting to invest into the relationship, then it's clear that he's a broken man, or for whatever reason, he's not capable of showing care for your heart. He's not showing care for your heart, and that's the key to look for. That's really the only thing that matters, whether it's because he's not that interested or because he's a broken man. At the end of the day, you need him to show care for your heart, or you got to set a boundary with yourself, and you have to be willing to step away. So that's a super important mindset and a practice throughout this entire journey for you to attract a love that lights you up and that lasts forever in your life. So hope this is helpful. Much love, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye-bye.